Friends, welcome to a new video of I Square. So far we have learnt about polynomials. We learnt about first degree polynomial, second degree polynomial, even we learnt about cubic polynomial. And also we discussed about the zeros of a polynomial. We said that a linear polynomial can have only 1 0, whereas a quadratic polynomial can have at most 2 0 and a cubic polynomial can have at most 3 0, right? We know that the general form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0, right? Now suppose that alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Suppose that alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Then we know that if alpha and beta are the zeros of any polynomial, then we have ax square plus bx plus c equal to x minus alpha into x minus beta. Why? Because if alpha and beta are the zeros of a polynomial, then definitely x minus alpha and x minus beta will be the factors of the polynomial. Then since a second degree polynomial can have at most 2 zeros, then it will have at most 2 factors. Then this polynomial can be expressed as the product of its factors, right? So always remember the result that if alpha is a zero of the polynomial p of x, then x minus alpha will be a factor of p of x. See here, alpha and beta are the zeros of the second degree polynomial, and a second degree polynomial can have maximum 2 zeros. Hence the second degree polynomial can have maximum 2 factors here, which are x minus alpha and x minus beta. So we have the polynomial equal to the product of its factors. Now we are going to check these two sides are equal. Also we are going to check whether the zero and the coefficient of the polynomial is related or not. For that we are going to expand this bracket. When we multiply x into x to give x square, then we multiply minus alpha into x give minus alpha x, then we multiply x into minus beta to give minus x beta, then we multiply minus alpha into minus beta to give alpha beta. So we have x square minus alpha plus beta of x plus alpha beta. So we have ax square plus bx plus c is nothing but x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Since alpha and beta are nothing but the zeros of the polynomial, and hence x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of the polynomial, so we can represent the polynomial like this, and equating the coefficients we get a is equal to 1. Since here a is the coefficient of x square and coefficient of x square equal to here 1, so a equal to 1, b is equal to minus alpha plus beta, right? Here the coefficient is plus b, here the coefficient is minus alpha plus beta. So equating the coefficients of x, we get b equal to minus alpha plus beta and c is equal to alpha beta, right? We are going to check whether there is any relationship between the coefficients of a polynomial as well as the zeros of the polynomial. See, we can divide this equation by this equation, this equation by this equation. In order to divide two equations, it is enough for us to divide the left hand side as well as the right hand side. So left hand side b by a, so b by a equal to right hand side minus alpha plus beta divided by 1, right? Similarly we can divide this equation by this. So we have c by a is equal to alpha beta divided by 1. In order to divide these two equations, it is enough for us to divide the left hand side as well as the right hand side. when we divide this equation by this equation, the left hand side here is b and the left hand side here is a. So we get b by a. Similarly, we get c by a. And the right hand side, minus alpha plus beta divided by 1 here. Here alpha beta by 1. So we get like this. Hence, from this we have alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. We multiplied both sides with minus 1 to get alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. And c by a equal to alpha beta, or we can write it as alpha beta is equal to c by a. See, whenever alpha and beta are the zeros of a second degree polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c, we have alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a and alpha beta is equal to c by a. Always remember this result. For any quadratic polynomial, sum of the zeros, see alpha and plus beta equal to sum of the zeros equal to minus b by a, where b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, and alpha beta equal to c by a. Similarly, in a similar fashion, if ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a not equal to 0 is a cubic polynomial, similarly we can say that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to c by a. Also, alpha beta gamma is equal to what? Minus d by a. See, if alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma equal to c by a, alpha beta gamma equal to minus d by a. We can derive the same results like same way, where alpha beta gamma are the zeros. We know that a third degree polynomial or a cubic polynomial can have at most 3 zeros. We chose alpha, beta, gamma as the 3 zeros. So we have sum of the zeros equal to minus b by a. Product of the sum of product taken 2 at a time. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma equal to c by a. Alpha beta gamma equal to minus d by a. Always remember these two. It is very important results. Also remember this two result. For any quadratic polynomial, sum of the zeros equal to minus b by a and the product of the zeros equal to c by a. So I hope you understood how we can derive this, and always even if you forgot the process of derivation, please try to remember the end result. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma equal to c by a, and alpha beta gamma equal to minus d by a for a cubic polynomial, where alpha beta gamma are the zeros of the polynomial. Also remember that alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a and alpha beta equal to c by a. So I hope you understood the topic, and if you have any doubt regarding this, please comment it on the comment section. I hope I can reply that immediately after you comment the section. So thanks for watching.